You pursue a win. You drive yourself for first place. You do everything absolutely possible to get the recognition and attention of others. But why? See, all that does is put you in a position of saying, I'm superior over everyone else. Look at me, I'm on top. I got the first place trophy. I'm better than you. Look at me. It's poor behavior. You know, I learned a very valuable lesson and got a huge slice of humble pie when I was a triathlete. As me and some friends are trying to break the course record and break the land speed record, I was hanging around after I was done, and I started noticing individuals crossing the finish line 2 or 3 times longer past when I had crossed the finish line, raising their hands in pride as they finished. Friends and family surround them with applause and pride, and how amazing it was to see that they didn't quit. And I learned something that day. The people that were on that race course, twice as long as I was, gutting it out, longer than I was, finishing that race, they were more of a champion than any person that came in first, second, or third. They were the ones that deserved, that earned recognition. But no one was around to watch other than friends and family. Watching their loved one do something that they had set out to do and finish something they had set out to start. You see, at the core of it, that is the heart of a competitor. Competing against nothing and no one other than themselves. I see so many athletes discredit and diminish the value of what they're doing by putting their weight and measure on the person to the right and the person to the left, or the judge in front of them, hoping that they are better than the people next to them and that the judges in front of them see it, and that the only way that they can prove that they're better is by getting a trophy. That's sad, that's empty, and that is fleeting. So many people get caught up in attention, in spotlight, in being recognized by people. I recently heard someone say, I'm afraid of not being popular anymore. My heart broke. Because an individual is basically saying they have no value unless people like them, unless people recognize them, unless people want to associate with them, unless people look up to them, unless people admire them. But who cares? The most important person that needs to admire me, look up to me, be impressed by me is me. Everything else is fleeting. Nothing else matters. I have countless trophies in boxes in my attic, collecting dust. And I see people that win awards in so many different things. But as much as they talk about them after their day, after their 5 minutes of spotlight on the podium, it's like they walk around holding their trophies, wanting people to admire and recognize what they got. When a trophy doesn't really prove that you're the best. Showing up every day, waking up every day, and looking at myself and saying, what can I do to get better? For me. Not a trophy, not spotlight, not recognition. Because honestly, I ask myself, If no one noticed what I did, would I still give my 100%? That's what I use to measure the things that I do. Because to me, when I lay my head down at night, I must be impressed by what I did that day. Even if I made epic failures, that is an opportunity for me to become better. If I avoided the challenge, if I allowed temptation to overcome me, and if I allowed making a mistake to belittle myself, I'm still undermining how strong I am. We do not give ourselves enough credit with how strong we actually are against temptation, against obstacles in life, against the gaps and the valleys and the gorges that can occur in our lives. We do not realize how strong we are because we don't give ourselves enough credit, because we're putting value in ourselves in the hands of others, in the gold of a trophy, in how a judge sees us, in how others recognize us. When all that's quiet, when all that's gone, who am I? When all the dust settles, if there was no more Facebook, of people to be voyeurs to watch what I do, I wonder how many people would still pursue their endeavors if there was no Facebook, and pursue them with such tenacity. Because that pursuit should start and finish with me. That is the competition. The Olympics, it's a show. Any sporting event is a show. But the competition is with myself. Can I start right now and give my 100%, give my absolute best? Because when I finish, do I know that I gave my best? And if I didn't, then why? Because if I pursue a better me, then I have to be willing to be better than myself, not be better than someone else, because I'm not superior, I'm not better. Because I may be a little stronger, or I may be a little taller, or I may be able to go a little farther. That doesn't matter. Superiority is stupid. It's fleeting, and it's empty. No one is better than anyone else. A trophy, money, a car, a job, a title, nothing makes anyone better than anyone else. And the pursuit of that leaves us empty. That's why I start each day asking myself, what will I choose to do? And my answer to myself is be a better me. Because that, in the end, is what matters. Me. Am I better? Am I stronger than I was yesterday? Do I have more endurance today than I did yesterday? And am I working harder to become better tomorrow? That is what matters. I'm Michael-David, founder and creator of I Decide.